Yo, what up, C10 Nation? This is Ronnie from C10 Talk. C10 Talk is one of those podcast things. We talk C10 trucks, tech, and people. That's right, people. Because it's the people that make the scene so rad-ass. The trucks are cool, but the people are cooler. You can check out the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, C10Talk.com, and anywhere else you listen to your favorite podcasts. Thanks for checking out our latest video and being part of the C10 Nation.
Hey guys, Ronnie from C10 Talk. We're here today, Marquet Manufacturing, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We're gonna get a shop tour. Let's go check it out.
Hey Ronnie, welcome man.
Good seeing you, buddy. See you.
Good Ronnie, good shit.
Shop tour?
Let's do a tour.
Can't wait. Check this place out. I think I know where the bed wood comes from now. Tell us about this.
Yeah, you know, one of the greatest things about a classic truck is the wood in the bed. And people just love to do all kinds of things with that wood. So Marquet is one of the world's leading suppliers of bed wood. And so of course we do oak and pine, like the standard bed woods, but we do all kinds of exotic bed wood. And Marquet actually has all the original patterns for all this bed wood. So when you get bed wood from Marquet, it's right and it fits perfect.
I remember JD telling me one time they had one return on bed wood, one piece.
One board.
One board.
One board,
One
like
board.
in 2 years.
So
Yeah.
if you know you want the right wood for your bed, this is where you get it.
You bet. Okay. So you know, a lot of people call us Ronnie, and they're just not sure exactly what bedwood to use. And so we can actually send samples, because as you can see, there's a big variety of bedwood. So if you come in to visit us, you can look at it, or if you want us to ship some samples, we can just send you some pieces. You can stain it or clear it, whatever you want. See how it's going to look on your truck.
Well, and the wood, it's one of those things where sometimes I can see where people don't think about it, but then you and I were just talking, sometimes, well, when the guy picks the right wood and stains it the right way, it will blow your mind and it will pop and take your bed, your truck to that next level.
Yeah.
So if you need some samples, give Marquet a call.
So we make a lot of metal parts here. Tailgates, bed sides, all the metal stuff. And we use the very best US steel in the right gauge, the right thickness, the right strength. Whereas a lot of stuff that comes in from overseas, it's really thin, you know, it's really flimsy and really lightweight. So the first thing we have to do is bring in the flat stock in here. We shear it to the right blank size, and then we start going through the plant with it.
Do you get orders and then you know, hey, I'm making a run of bed sides, you know, this week? How do you know what to shear and what to put through based on your manufacturing specifics?
So we have a whole computer system that's called ERP, and it plans, you know, and it says what we need to run when, so we can have the best availability for the customer. So custom stuff, we run to a certain point, and then we customize it for you, just what you want. But then a lot of products we just manufacture, and then we can ship those in a day or two. And a lot of orders we ship same day. If you swing around and look right over here, you'll see all the inventory we have. So all this inventory is ready to go, from all up there, all the way back.
Made in America.
Made in America, buddy. Okay, so then we take that flat steel that's approximately the right size, and we're gonna punch holes in it, we're gonna round the edges, we're gonna do everything that needs to be done before we start to form it. We do that with a strip it machine. The strip it here has lots of tools in there. We make the tools. Those tools are designed to do different jobs. The machine swings the right tool around, moves the sheet into the right place, and then does its job. And right now we're gonna run it for you.
Cool, let's check it out.
With a flat piece like this, It's been trimmed. All the holes are punched in it. That's, of course, the wheel well. And so this is a bedside that will then be folded up and pressed into the final shape.
All here just made out of this raw steel. Listen to that thing pop holes and everything.
That's right.
Very cool. It's cool to see how it's all made.
Yeah. The flat pieces come into this area, and we start doing the jobs to turn them into the right shape. So they start being formed and rolled and pressed. And so all these machines in here and back through there, and then all these tools do all the work to start making these flats into the right shape. So you can see the process walking through here. And over here, you can see some tailgate. That's starting to look like a tailgate there, right?
Definitely. About how long does that take from the beginning to the process to get to this? About how long for one tailgate?
You know, one tailgate's probably going to take a couple days because they're going to trim the flats out. They're going to start doing forming. There's also lots of welding operations. There's these end pieces that are stamped and put in there and welded, so probably a couple days. But even on a full custom order, so say somebody wants hidden latches and wants a push button and wants all kinds of custom stuff on their tailgate, that's still going to ship pretty quick, probably about a week total.
Now, do you guys prime them? What do you guys do at the end for a coat?
You know, that's something special about Marquet. We don't put any primer on it. We start with steel that's been zinc plated.
Okay.
So that zinc plating is a far better protection than some kind of a plastic e-coat like most people use. If you have raw steel underneath that plastic e-coat, if you get a little scratch in that, it's going to rust like cancer. Whereas the zinc plating, you can put this stuff outside right now with nothing on it and it won't rust because that zinc coating protects the steel.
And one thing I didn't really think about until I asked the question is, if it's not primered, it's not covered, and you can see exactly what you get.
That's right.
David, this is a huge machine. What does this thing do?
Well, this machine does lots of jobs. Right now it's set up to make stake pockets. So that's the first hit on a stake pocket. It'll have more jobs done. It'll have the sides kicked out and all that, but you can probably recognize that already.
Oh yeah.
As a stake pocket. So this tool right here grabs that, stretches the metal to this shape.
Who would think that something that we don't even think about in a bed, a stake pocket, gets so much love, but a lot to make something that, it's part of the structure of the bed, but we don't think about it. And I'm sure you guys think about it a lot.
We think about it all the time, and they've got to be right. If they're not perfect, we don't use them.
Cool.
So the different kind of stake pocket here made on the same machine. But you can see the craftsmanship, all the metal smooth, no tears, no wrinkles.
So much forming and rolling to make that happen.
Yeah. And
we like what we just looked at.
Yeah, and you want really crisp lines. All the dimensions have to be right. I mean, a lot goes into this.
You could tell craftsmanship. Cool. What's this thing do?
It squeezes the top and bottom
together.
Yeah. So this roll right here and that roll there, when that goes in there, when the machine comes down, it creates those two rolls.
Oh, you can see it. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's with that tool in there. Of course, it does lots of different jobs, but yeah, hydraulic press.
Cool. Bed sides.
Yeah, bed sides. Here's
stamp for the gate.
Yeah. So this is
floor front.
This is a bed front. Yeah.
Yeah, bed front.
And so you can. No, actually, this is tailgate.
Is it?
Yeah. This is a hidden latch and link tailgate skin. So this has been formed. Had the racetrack put in it. And you can see all the slots and stuff that the strip it did.
Do you get them ordered that people want them without the lettering,
We get them every way. We get them smooth. We get them racetrack only. We get them lettering, no lettering.
Louvered.
Yeah.
You want louvers? They got it.
We do louvers, you bet.
Take it back to 84, baby.
So we don't tell people what they should want. We give them exactly what they want.
Okay. I like that. Roll pan.
Yeah, so here's your roll pan.
Yep.
Here's roll pan with a license plate, and this has not been spot welded together, so it's still loose. But yeah, all these individual pieces, of course, were made, and then they are assembled. Our spot welding is just like the spot welding that would happen at the factory.
Yeah.
So we do all kinds of spot welding. We also do MIG, TIG, stick, all the rest of the stuff.
That's one thing Kevin had talked about earlier, that some companies don't take the same level of spot welding to the level that you guys do.
Right.
Just like GM did, you guys are following their lead, and other manufacturers might not be spot welding to the same level.
Yeah, if you look at the spot welds that were on the factory tailgates, they were a certain size and they were straight, and those spot welds were perfectly round and they were actually beautiful. Now if you look at the stuff that's imported, the spot welds are a different size, they're smaller, they kind of look like half moons, they're not all round, they're not as strong, and if you look down the tailgate, they're kind of going like that, like a snake, you know, they're not all on the line. No, our spot welds are going to be perfect, and you know, we're going to watch every step of the process, not just for the quality, so the tailgate is strong, but also so it looks great. If you just want to shoot paint on that and not do any work, it's going to look fantastic.
So if you don't want a wavy tailgate, they got a straight one for you.
Yeah, we keep work in process here. We're going to have all kinds of stake pockets. These are components that go in the ends of the tailgate right here. So remember that goes inside the end of the tailgate, and that's all been stamped out.
So when you do your hidden latches, where's the difference on that? Versus obviously on a step side, we're used to the chains. Now you've got some internal and some hidden latches.
Yeah.
What's the process? Is that affected by the process?
Yeah. So if you order hidden latch, hidden link tailgate from us, the bed sides and everything are going to be made for it.
Yeah.
So it's going to have the metal trimmed in the right places for those hidden links just to drop in. The hidden latch is all going to be installed. Our push button tailgate is completely assembled. So literally you grab that push button tailgate, you grab the bed sides that were built for that, you put a couple of little posts on there, snap, the tailgate works perfect, just like that.
Cool. That's awesome. Spot weld table?
Yep, spot weld table.
So how does this work? How does one guy runs this and a gate gets up here, he directs it, and then
that's right.
Welds.
Everything's measured ahead of time. Then he's able to use that guide to put that tailgate on there, and then he's able just to slide that tailgate down and do all the spot welds. Foot pedal operates it, and that's just a way to make sure those spot welds are in just the right place.
Cool.
These are guides right here. Yep, a bunch of guides for a bunch of different tailgates. Then this is a machine that's really neat. This does multiple spot welds at the same time. That way you know that they're all in a line, they're all perfect and looking good.
Yeah, that's an intimidating machine. It either looks like it's a dessert machine or a spot weld machine.
Either ice cream or spot welding.
Fountain drinks or something. That's cool. What are all these tools for right here?
So these are all trim tools. And so all these tools do different jobs for trim. And you can see that they're guarded, so they're safe for the operator to operate, but we've made all these tools here, and it takes a lot of tools to do trim. So like body side molding for a square body, that's like more than 30 tools to create a set of body side molding for a square body.
It's cool too, from what I know, this is the lineage, where Marquez started, Corvettes, you guys make the tools, and you're really known for your side molding.
So the very first thing that Marquez made was Corvette trim. That was the very first thing they made. And the very first tool, the founder of the company made in his garage. And then he made that trim for his friends. And pretty soon he had more orders for trim than he could do and work his full-time job, which was an engineer. And so he quit his full-time job and he was just making trim in his garage, and his kids and his wife actually helped him make the trim for Corvettes. And we still have that original tool to this day.
Yeah, I want to see that.
All right.
And this is it. I mean, for the truck market, all the genres, they've got your side molding, and one of these tools is responsible for making the molding that you're buying. It's cool.
So here's the guts of the roll former. Progressive roll formers start off with a mild bend, and they get more and more aggressive to the final shape of the material. So as you can see, this went in flat, comes out, all curled under, and that's a bed strip right there.
All day long, that thing's probably working its butt off.
That's right. Yeah. It ends, see that switch down there? Then it gets cut off right here.
Okay. Yeah, so it knows long bed, short bed, whatever it needs.
Just move this to the right length, and it makes the bed strips however long you want them.
That's awesome.
So we make little parts too, like these body side molding clips. It's not enough to make the best body side molding. You have to have great clips too. because of course if you use a terrible clip, it's not going to hold on the truck tight and be right. So we make all the clips here, make all these little pieces, and made just right so they hold your body side molding on nice and tight.
It's perfect because you can have the best trim and it be wavy because your clips aren't, made the same way. And we know that you guys are using the best products, and we're thankful the customer and the end user, the guy out there, knows, hey, when you're ordering from these guys, you're going to get not only the best trim, the best wood, the best molding, you're getting the hardware. And for me, honestly, just putting all that square body molding on Orange Slice, when I opened that package, it was not only jewelry, but then I knew I had all the little baggies very well organized, everything laid out, so I knew just exactly what I needed to do. And that made my job a lot easier.
Excellent. That's what we want. Cool. These are the front ends for the front of your truck. Actually, they go like that.
Yep.
And for square body molding. And our tool and die guys have been working on these a long time and producing new perfect tooling. And this has been, a really cool challenge, but there just wasn't any great product out there.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of bends and to work it and to think that you're coercing that metal to do that, it's a lot of work, I could tell.
Yeah.
And another thing that was really neat, the example I used as a kid, we used to have Hot Wheel tracks that we would put together, and those pieces were gold. It comes with it. Your inner racetrack connection piece goes right there, connects your hockey stick horseshoe front to right on top and butts up real nice, and the quality is second to none. Like not even, what's higher than that? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the next one might be 6th place, maybe 7th. This is easily the best trim you can get out there on the market right now.
Thanks, Ronnie. So we decided first to use a heavier, stronger aluminum. All right, so that was the first step. Let's use a heavier, stronger aluminum.
Then GM or then the aftermarket?
Both.
Both.
So ours is a little thicker and is stronger than OEM and a lot stronger than the aftermarket.
Sure, for sure.
Well, the thicker the material and stronger it is, the harder it is to mold. So we realized why aftermarket had gone to thinner material than stock, because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to make it out of this tin foil. When you go to really stiff, strong, heavy aluminum, it gets really hard to work with. Well, then we had to go with heavier, stronger tools and come with creative solutions to solve the problems.
Yeah, and like you said, just the amount of tooling it takes, whether or not you anticipated that or not. But it shows, I can tell you when I put it on Orange Slice, the difference, the flex, the bend, the way that it lays in tight to the body line, that shows immediately, even from when you take it out of the package. Because you can have the weight, like we talked about the tailgates, the weight of the trim, you could tell, that aftermarket comparatively a lot thinner versus, Marquet.
I'll tell you when I decided to make the square body molding is I was actually in Phoenix, your hometown, and I saw a truck that had just been finished. And it was beautiful work, the body looked great, the interior was incredible, the engine was LS conversion, it was really cool, and the trim looked like hammered dog meat. The trim was terrible, and it just made it ruined the whole truck.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, this really sweet truck, and it's got this terrible trim. You could actually look down the body of the truck, and you could see
gaps.
Yeah. You could see light in between the trim, and then trying to put it on right, the trim had been mashed, trying to get it on right. And so the trim, when you look down at it, you could see where it had been pushed on. It was so thin, it deformed from being hand put on. And I just thought, man, this is just sad. So JD, one of the guys here, and Kevin and I started talking about it then, and decided, we got to make this.
If you would have known that you had to go through what you did, you might not have done it.
Might not have done it.
But we're glad that you did. And it'll pay off for years and generations to come.
That's what we want.
Cool. One of the cool things that you guys do, David, is you offer the coveted 77. I like to call it Yellow Fever. And it's a 1 year only trim that it really pops, and it screams 70s and square bodies. And you guys offer that as well. A guy can order it and they'll get the yellow trim if that's what they want, versus buying trim and then going through painstakingly process to put the yellow in there. And then not only the labor to do it, but the color match it. You guys offer it.
That's right, yeah. So it was really important to us to offer the 77 body side molding in the ochre color, which is what I call it.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really important for us to do that and to match the color just right. Not only the color, but the finish of the paint. And we actually bought this 77 truck with ochre trim on it. And we bought it because it was a completely original paint, no dents, no ding truck with all the original trim on it. So we had a really great set of original factory body side molding and an original truck. So it takes all three things. You've got to have a great original truck, great original panels to fit it to, you got to have great original trim to look at, and then you got to have great tooling to recreate something that hopefully is even better, you know, than original.
Well, and what's cool about that is I've got a truck right here that what I did is made it a shorter version than the long, and I've got all the marquee. And I installed this, and I'm telling you guys, the pieces fit, the function, the fit, and the form. And one of the things that I think it's easily lost in translation is that the waviness off of the body line. And you don't have that with this trim. And I could tell you, because I installed it on Orange Slice.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right, so you can make the best products in the world, and then you put them in a cardboard box and ship them cross country, and they come out like a beat up tin can. So packaging is really important to us here at Marquet. We want to package stuff to where it doesn't matter if, you know, had to ship a long way, go through a couple trucks, it's going to come to you perfect. So that's what these guys work on. We use wooden frames, we use foam, we use whatever it takes, great quality boxes, and that adds a lot of cost to the product. But it doesn't matter how great we make it if it gets beat up coming to you.
One of the things, David, when I got all my trim and it was shipped out, it was like Christmas because it's shiny. But honestly, that was one of the things I noticed. When I opened the box and I had it there, and I actually videoed it because I wanted to kind of see, you know, like a kid at Christmas. But the level of, like you said, the wood braces, when you spend that kind of money on trim, you want to take care of it. And I opened it and it was packed so well. We all noticed, and it was detailed, and even the end pieces, you know, the way that they were secured. The craftsmanship doesn't just start on the product, but in the shipping as well. And these guys do a great job.
Yeah, they're incredible.
So this is where it all started.
Yep, this is Marquet's very first tool. This makes 58 Corvette molding, and the founder of the company paid his daughter a penny a part in their garage to make the parts off this. He made this tool himself, and we still use this tool to make Corvette trim this very day.
I'm thinking this thing's in a shrine somewhere, and he said, we still use it. To this day, the first piece that started Marquet Manufacturing. David, thanks for what you do for our culture and our community, because we love our trucks, and we couldn't bring them back and rejuvenate them and restore them if it wasn't for great companies like you guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure.
What a great day. It's so cool to come to these shops that are making product for us, the truck enthusiasts. Spend time not only seeing how they make the product, and you get to meet the people behind the products that us truck enthusiasts, car enthusiasts are putting on your passion, your baby, or the build that you're working on right now. And it's something special to not only meet these guys, these Americans in America, Oklahoma City, that are getting up every day with pride, knowing that you and I are putting these products on our trucks. Thank you, Marquet, for taking the time to spend with us today, and also for building such high quality products for us, again, the truck enthusiasts, to put on our builds. Not much else I could say. I enjoy getting out to meet these people, to see the products and bring it to you. So for now, C10 Talk, Ronnie, Sean, the guy behind the camera today, Brady, and everybody else that helped make this tour possible. JD, Kevin, and David. Thank you so much for your time. Until next time, keep on trucking.